do that? Questions you wanted to ask, answers we set out to get. Major surgery, no pain, and back on your feet in minutes, the cutting edge of modern medicine. These stories and more in tonight's How Do They Do That? Welcome to the show. Just imagine this. After years of crippling back pain, you stagger into hospital for a major operation, but you get no general anaesthetic, so you're conscious throughout the procedure, but you're fine. And when it's finished, the surgeon asks you to do a couple of brisk exercises. Totally impossible? Well, not when you combine 3 of the latest techniques in modern medicine, because here's how they do it.
Michael Lebrun has a bad back. A very bad back, and he's not alone. In Britain, over 2 million back pain sufferers seek help from their doctors every year. It's often triggered off by something simple. In Michael's case, he was gardening, but once you've injured your back, it can have a terrible effect on your whole life.
You can't pick up your grandchildren and play with them. You can't drive your car properly. Everything which people take as a normal function in their everyday life to get through the day is an effort.
Since he hurt his back 25 years ago, Michael tried every available treatment. None worked and the pain got worse. Then he heard about the Spinal Foundation in Rochdale. Here, a new method used by surgeon Martin Knight combines 3 of the very latest surgical techniques to provide a powerful alternative to traditional treatments.
The majority of the problems arise from inflammation within the disc and around the nerve. The traditional method of treating patients with back pain and sciatica is initially physiotherapy, and in those in whom there is significant nerve constriction, then patients will undergo surgery to remove that constriction.
The actual source of back trouble can be hard to find, as pain can cover a wide area. But Martin can pinpoint the precise location of the injury. How? With this ultra-modern MRI scanner, which takes cross-section pictures of the spine. The MRI is very different from the normal X-ray. It can show damage not only to bone, but also to soft tissue. The spine's made up of 29 bones called vertebrae, which are separated by little spongy shock absorbers called discs. Severe back pain comes from something pressing on a nerve, usually a damaged or slipped disc, or from the narrowing of the hole through which the nerves pass from the spinal cord to the rest of the body. Martin will widen the hole and cut away whatever is pressing on the nerve. It's a highly delicate business, and he can't afford to touch any of the vital nerves in the spine. He does this by keeping the patient awake for the whole operation, so that he can hear for himself if he's getting dangerously close to a nerve. How does he do that?
Yes, right.
By using a local anaesthetic 100 times the normal strength.
Right. And here, if I touch that, is that a sore?
Just a little bit, but not too much at all.
Now, Martin must find the exact location of the problem. He does this with a special camera called an endoscope, which allows him to look around inside a patient's body. It's a technique called keyhole surgery.
The main advantages of keyhole surgery are a very small incision. This means there's very little disturbance to tissues, therefore you don't get so much scarring afterwards, and it can be used in the very elderly patient and the patients who are infirm.
Once he's pinpointed the target area, Martin threads a laser gun down through the endoscope and begins shaving away the painful growth. Although the laser burns to a depth of only 1/5 of a millimetre, Martin must proceed with extreme care so as to keep clear of the nerve.
Right, what happens when I laser this now? Does that hurt at all?
That's okay.
The advantage is that the laser, as it cuts and sculptures, does so sealing as it goes, and we can be more selective in taking out just the bad bit of the disc that's causing the problem.
No.
This is just probably giving her a tapping sensation.
The debris is sucked away by a tiny vacuum attached to the laser, helped with a water jet, which also keeps the camera lens clean. It's all over in around 2 hours, and the patient feels the difference immediately.
I want you to now arch your back up. Would you be able to do that normally at home?
I wouldn't.
You're able to go and walk the dogs now? I'm very delighted to see patients get improvement, return to normal life, return to work, and have a happy family.
Michael Lebrun is certainly a happy man. Thanks to Martin Knight's surgery, he's back on life's treadmill, enjoying activities he never dreamt he'd ever do again.
I can now walk and trot and run on the running machines. I can turn my head 180 degrees. There's nothing that I can't do that I used to do 30 years ago, and I feel absolutely great.
That's an amazing procedure, but of course it's not a miracle solution. It's a specialised operation. It can actually only work in a certain number of cases, but thankfully it did work in that case.